Hey guys, Dave here from Impact Physical Therapy, and wanted to show you a really cool exercise and a fun one on the ground, moving around for your hip mobility, utilizing as a movement prep before a big workout, or if you're just trying to do something on a recovery day for mobility. So what you're going to do, you're going to start kind of in a 90-90 position for your hips and your knees, and then you're going to rotate side to side out of that position. So dig your heels in. The starting point I like to start is where you dig your heels in here and you'll rotate side to side to get to that 90-90 position. So going back and forth, and you'll do a long pause on each side, kind of going pretty quick with it. And then the progression of that is you can actually come up into half kneeling from that position, more as a strengthening exercise then. Rotating back and forth from that. So give that a try, guys, on your mobility or recovery days. Physical therapy wanted to show you progression kind of from a hip mobility exercise we were doing that we recently posted. And this one's a little more fun. You'll get the foam roller, you can use a bar, PVC pipe, anything to kind of challenge your balance a little bit. So what you'll do, you'll start in that same 90-90 position for your hips. You'll balance the foam roller under control, moving in and out of that motion. If you really want to challenge it, you'll go side to side with it. And then back up. Give that a try. It's kind of a fun one to add in. End of a workout maybe, or beginning of a workout. It challenges your brain and nervous system a little bit. Give it a try, guys.
All right, so here we are with our movement prep or walking warm-up. First one here is just a walking lunge with an overhead reach for hip flexor. Next one here, we're trying to get our posterior chain moving, so we're stretching out as far as we can with our upper extremity and driving back with your leg. And the world's greatest stretch here, you're getting a hip flexor, adductor stretch, and also your thoracic spine moving. It's going both directions with it here. And our ninja walks, our lateral ninja walks here, awesome exercise for any rotational sport, thoracic spine, great mobility, hip mobility especially there too. And another good one here, just the inchworm, so posterior chain, mostly our hip flexors getting moving. And then we're loading up and kind of getting our hips bouncing into that deep squat walk with that. A little more agility, we're progressing all these, so agility with the bounce walk. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, Dr. Eric here. This is going to be a quick sequence to help open up those hips. Here I'm stretching out and foam rolling the quad, and here's the adductor. So the groin muscles that go down into the knee, it's important to stretch those out so it helps improve the hip. Then it's important to stretch. So after you've mobilized or broken down those tissues, it's really important then to stretch them out. So this is a fantastic stretch to help open up the groin and the hip to help with back pain. The little different angle here in which I'm lunging and doing some sideways lunging to get into my groin and my adductors, which will help to open up the pelvis. We're going to use a little band here on this stretch, so it's called banded distraction. So as you can tell, I'm using the band to help pull my hip into a better posture and position. And then I'm going right into lunges, backwards lunges, so I'm getting a nice pull on that left leg and left hip flexor. I'm going to pull the band up a little bit higher into my groin. Now I'm going to go a little more lateral. That's going to help increase the mobility. Hey guys, Dr. Eric here. 2 great ways to show you how to stretch your hip. That's going to drastically help improve your hip and knee issues. So if you're having back pain or hip issues or knee pain, this is a couple great ways to help. So it's a hip flexor stretch. As you can tell, my left foot's up on a box. So a chair or a box or at an elevated height is really important. And a small tweak you can do is bring your arms overhead to get a nice stretch. So here's a patient of mine, and she's stretching that right quad and hip. So in the front of her right hip, she's getting a nice pull. As you can tell, we want her to try and keep her knee straight, so she's getting a nice stretch. And having a dowel or something to hold on to or a wall is even better way to get a nice stretch. So we tweaked her foot. As you can see, this is going to get more of the groin. So we went over the hip flexor. This is the groin stretch. Both great ways to help open up your pelvis and give you some more mobility.